Look at yourself right now, not just physically, but mentally. Do you even recognize who you've become? You're scrolling, you're drifting, you're breathing, but not living. You used to have fire. Now you've got fatigue. You used to wake up hungry. Now you just wake up numb. That voice inside you? The one that used to scream for more? It's quiet now, almost gone. Because you buried it beneath every excuse, every tomorrow, every lie you told yourself to stay comfortable. But guess what? That voice, it's not dead. It's waiting. It's watching. And it's furious, because deep down you know the truth. You were meant for more. But you've been playing small. You've been building a coffin out of convenience. You've become a spectator to your own potential. Enough! This is your line in the sand. Not a restart, not a reset. A total demolition of everything soft, broken, and average inside you. Reset your identity. Restart your fire. Refocus your mind like a sniper locked on mission. The version of you that's been tolerating mediocrity? Kill him. The life built on comfort? Burn it. This isn't about change. This is about eradication. You're not here to recover. You're here to rebuild from the ash, from the blood, from the silence that tried to break you. Number 1, reset. Burn the past. Kill the ghosts. You've been taught to preserve. Preserve relationships. Preserve comfort. Preserve who you were, as if your past ever did anything but slow you down. Today, that ends. You don't need to heal. You need to reset. You need to kill off every version of yourself that got you here. The overthinker, the people pleaser, the nice one who traded peace for approval, the man who said yes when his soul screamed no, the dreamer who planned everything and executed nothing. Those versions, they've infected your future, and if you don't burn them now, they will haunt you forever. Step 1. Destroy your comfort identity. Comfort made you predictable. Predictable made you boring. And boring made you replaceable. You know what dies first in the wild? The slow one, the soft one, the one who hesitates. You were once a predator. Now you're waiting for permission. You don't get to evolve while you cling to the identity that made you weak. If people say, "You've changed," good, that's the point. You don't owe anyone the version of you they liked better. You only owe yourself the most dangerous version possible, the one forged in refusal. Refusal to stay average. Refusal to stay liked. Refusal to stay weak. Step 2. Purge your regrets. You carry shame like it's an inheritance. But regret is not a scar. It's a choice you keep repeating. You failed? So what? You trusted the wrong people? Good. They taught you what to never allow again. Your regret doesn't define you. Your response does. Let that shame burn. Let it cook every excuse you've ever made. Let it silence the part of you that still wants to blame something else. You are not your story. You are not your trauma. You are not your failure. You are who you decide to become next. Step 3. Sever the dead weight. The people draining you? Cut them. The habits delaying you? Burn them. The thoughts that talk you out of greatness? Erase them. You want peace? Make war with everything killing your spirit. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. You were meant to build in silence. And let your new results speak louder than their opinions ever could. Reset is brutal. It's not about motivation, it's about obliteration. Delete the apps. Leave the group chat. Block the number. Cancel the subscription that sells you numbness and calls it escape. This is the purge, not for punishment, but for freedom. Freedom is expensive. It costs you your distractions. It costs you your laziness. It costs you your old life. Are you willing to pay? Because if not, stop pretending you want change. You want to evolve? Then stop acting like the person who doesn't. Reset is not something you do when it's convenient. It's something you do when you realize the pain of staying the same is worse than the terror of becoming new. And that moment, when you finally snap, that's when you stop asking how. You start becoming the answer. Number 2, restart. Forge the new self in fire. You're not healing, you're rebuilding. There's a difference. Healing is what people do when they want to return to their old life. Rebuilding is what you do when that life is no longer an option. You've burned the weak version of yourself in the reset. Now we forge what comes next. And it's not some better version of who you were. It's someone completely unrecognizable. Let's begin. Step 1. Rebuild your routine. Like a warrior's discipline. The old version of you? He woke up to scroll, to snooze, to escape his obligations before the day even began. The new you wake up to dominate. You don't touch your phone. You don't waste energy on small decisions. Your mornings are rituals, not routines. You train your body because you're at war, not with the world, but with your old self. Every push-up is a punch to weakness. Every set is a sermon that says, I refuse to rot in softness. You don't chase feelings anymore. You chase actions. You chase repetitions. Because discipline isn't about motivation. It's about identity. Who are you when no one's watching? That's where your restart begins. Step 2. Reframe failure into data. Old, you saw failure as defeat. New, you sees it as direction. You tried something. It didn't work. Cool. You now have data. Most people avoid failure like it's a wall. But failure is a mirror. It shows you who you are not yet. You don't cry at the mirror. You correct what you see. You don't pause. You iterate. Restarting isn't about trying again. It's about becoming different before you do. You don't deserve better outcomes with the same habits. So you kill the habits that made you predictable, and you build new ones, slow, brutal, and boring. And they work. Step 3. Build environments that demand excellence. Stop trying to be disciplined in chaotic surroundings. Old you stayed in the same room, the same friend circle, the same energy. Then cried when nothing changed. New you controls your space like a general. The phone stays in another room. The desk is cleared. The playlist is curated. The people? Filtered. You don't need motivation. You need frictionless discipline. Your environment should force greatness out of you, not distract you from it. And the more you control your world, the less the world controls you. Step 4. Restore your word. This is the part nobody talks about. Your confidence is destroyed every time you lie to yourself. I'll start Monday. I'll just skip one day. I'll make up for it later. Lies. Every time you say it and don't do it, your identity fractures. Restart means becoming dangerous with your word. When you say it, it's done. Even if it hurts. Even if no one's watching. Even if it's 2 a.m. and your legs are screaming. You rebuild your life when your words and your actions are twins, not strangers. This is not optional. You cannot lead your life if you don't trust yourself. And self-trust is not a feeling. It's a record. You earn it, one kept promise at a time. Step 5. Accept the friction. Restart is not glamorous. It's awkward, it's boring, it's lonely, but it's necessary. You will lose people. You will be misunderstood. You will be tempted to turn back. But this is where you separate from the masses who die in potential and those who become legends in silence. You're not rebuilding a better version of yourself. You're building a machine, a monk in war paint, stoic, grounded, relentless. You eat what fuels you. You speak what strengthens. You listen only to what sharpens your mind. This is restart, not reboot, not retreat, not romanticized change. This is becoming the monster you were scared to be, the one who's disciplined, focused, and done apologizing for outgrowing weakness. Number 3, refocus. Lock in on your mission. You've burned the old. You've rebuilt the new. Now it's time to aim like a sniper. Refocus is where 99% fail. They start strong, they reset, they restart. And then, they get distracted. They chase dopamine. They get pulled into conversations, comments, chaos. They forget what they were building. Not you, because you're done reacting. Now you create, you build, you lead. Here's how. Step 1. Define one mission. You don't need 5 goals. You don't need a vision board. You don't need to balance anything. You need one mission. One thing that, if you achieve it, will make every other part of your life align. What is it? Is it mental dominance? Physical mastery? Financial independence? Emotional unshakability? Pick it. Write it. Etch it into your soul. Everything else? Background noise. Until you lock your eyes on that mission, you're just drifting. Step 2. Ruthlessly eliminate everything that doesn't feed it. You think distractions are harmless? Every scroll, every party, every DM that goes nowhere? They're stealing your future. You need to treat time like blood. You don't waste it, and you protect it. You allocate it only to what feeds your fire. That friend who mocks your focus, cut him. That habit that kills your edge, kill it. That comfort that whispers, take a break, shut it down like a threat. Because it is one. If it doesn't move you closer to your target, it's an enemy. And you don't negotiate with enemies. You eliminate them. Step 3. Silence is strategy. Old, you needed attention. New, you moves in shadows. You don't announce goals, you finish them. You don't flex routines, you live them. You don't post progress. You become undeniable. Refocus means redirecting all energy inward. The world doesn't need to see what you're building. They'll feel it when it arrives, and it will arrive violently. Keep your world tight. Keep your lips sealed. Let your work become your voice. Step 4. Use Stoic firepower to hold the line. Temptation will come. Distraction will come. Weakness will whisper. You meet it with Stoic clarity. You don't react. You don't get emotional. You return to reason, the Stoic's sword. You remind yourself, you don't control what happens, only how you respond. Marcus Aurelius knew this. He ruled the most powerful empire on earth and still wrote to himself daily. Don't waste time. You were born to lead. You weren't built to scroll. You were built to command, to govern yourself with order and principle. Refocus is about operating like a general. You don't ask, do I feel like it? You execute, because your feelings don't determine your direction. Your duty does. Step 5. Accept that isolation is a weapon. You will be alone. You will lose popularity. You will outgrow circles. Good. Refocus means learning to be alone without falling apart. You're not here to be liked. You're here to leave impact. And the most impactful people? The Stoics, the killers, the world changers? They spent more time in silence than in rooms. Don't be afraid to vanish. Build in the dark, train in silence. Disappear until you return, unrecognizable. Become the person the world hoped would stay asleep. You've reset. You've restarted. You've refocused. Now you are no longer who you were. You are no longer soft, no longer distracted, no longer chasing comfort. You are reborn in fire. The old version of you, the weak, the hesitant, the indecisive, that version is dead, gone, buried in the ashes of your discipline. What's left? A weapon, a machine, a voice that speaks only truth, a presence that moves people without trying. You no longer enter rooms quietly hoping to be liked. You walk in silent, focused, grounded, and people feel you before you even speak. This is what rebirth through Stoicism looks like. This is what Marcus Aurelius trained for: to be unmoved, to be sovereign, to lead from within. You've silenced the noise. You've killed the weakness. You've built something the world feared you'd never become. A human being who doesn't need permission. A mind that doesn't fold. A soul that doesn't apologize for its conviction. You're not here to be normal. You're not here to blend in. You're here to raise the standard for yourself and for every soul watching. Now go become the person you were born to be. Move like your old self is watching, and make him ashamed. Subscribe if you're done chasing comfort and ready to rise as the force you were built to be. Comment what you're purging, what you're rebuilding, and how your discipline is sharpening by the hour. Share this with anyone stuck in softness, anyone who forgot what power sounds like, anyone who needs to hear this truth before they waste another year of their life. Support the mission, because by doing so, you're making sure this kind of message reaches the people still stuck in silence, confusion, and digital numbness. Together, we're not just building a channel. We're building a movement of weapons, forged in fire, sharpened by truth, unshaken by noise. Reset, restart, refocus, and don't stop until the world forgets who you were, because what you've become is too powerful to ignore.